Welcome everyone to Dead Talk Live. I'm your host Viz from Walking Dead Now. Our tonight's stream and every stream every night is simultaneously streamed out to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter starting at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Well, I want to welcome all our first-time viewers as well as all of our regular viewers. We hope you can join us for the next hour. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is called Walking Dead Now. And Marko is not going to be joining us tonight, so we have the fabulous Saz taking his place just for tonight. Saz is stepping up to take his place, and I'll be taking your guys' comments and questions live on the air. For more information about our show, please visit our website located at deadtalklive.com. So I want to say thank you to Saz for stepping up for Marko tonight. We all appreciate her help in taking over the chats because the chats are very important to us. This is a viewer interactive show, and I try to keep up with the chats as I go through this show, but we need somebody typing as well. It's definitely at least a two-person job. So thank you, Saz. How's everybody doing tonight? Hi Zambika on Instagram. Little Princess 0525 is waving at us. Thank you for joining us, Little Princess. Summer is with us. Cordelia North is with us on YouTube. Thank you for joining us, Cordelia. It's a pleasure to have you with us tonight. And I'm happy to say I got our first video submission for our contest. It's, of course, from Summer. The Miss Competitive. And I'll tell you what, it was fantastic. She did this for the very first time. Hey, Matthew Williams, thank you for joining us. And I just want to say, thank you to Summer. She is the first viewer to send in her video for the contest that we're running for our latest Walking Dead memorabilia. And it was fantastic. And like I said, I'm not looking for a Hollywood type editing. Basically, I want to see how you guys view The Walking Dead from your perspective. And everybody who creates fan videos, that's exactly what those fan videos are. It's an expression of how that fan is viewing whatever show it is that they're making a fan video for. It's their inside look. It's their interpretation of the show. And by you guys sharing your video creations with us, you're giving us all an inside look that just can't be put into words. It can't be put into words. And we're visually seeing your interpretation of The Walking Dead. And that's just priceless. And I loved it. I love Summer's video. I hope I get a lot more. If I don't, Summer's going to win both prizes. I want to welcome Gypsy Road. He is working in the kitchen making dinner, but he's listening. Welcome, Gypsy. You'll be joining us live on the show tomorrow. Matthew Williams says, hi, Saz Chick. Cheryl Pierce is joining us. Hey, Cheryl. Summer writes, hey, Gypsy, what you cooking? Cordelia writes, what's the prizes? Cordelia, our current prizes for this contest is the graphic novel collector's edition that contains the first 48 issues of the Walking Dead comics, all put together in one really thick graphic novel, the first 48. And we're also giving away the governor's daughter, Penny, not the TV Penny that we saw, but the comic book Penny action figure. It's rare, it's hard to find, and that's our second prize. So I'm asking for people to create fan videos. I don't care if you've never created a fan video before in your life. That's not the point of this contest. What we're looking for is your inside perspective on the show, music selection, theme. I'm not looking for fancy video edits. So I hope that explains it. Guillermo has joined us on Instagram. Victor has joined us. Marko is waving. Marko, you're supposed to be busy tonight, but thank you for listening in. So Marko is with us tonight. he said he might check in on the show, so thank you for him for checking in. Trust God writes, hello, Viz. Hello, Trust God. Thank you for joining us. Fabioso is waving at us. Hello, Fabioso. Hope everyone is doing well tonight. Saz is saying hi, Marko. So let's get on to some announcements here. Like I just mentioned a few minutes ago, tomorrow we are going to be joined by our special co-host, Gypsy Road, and his brother Bob. And Gypsy, before I got on the air tonight, literally seconds before I started streaming, I saw an email from you about Ceiling Fan Man. I didn't get to read the email, but I'll read the email after the show. So we're excited tomorrow to have Gypsy Road and his brother. They'll be co-hosting the show with me. I was on their show last week. It's going to be a fun, wacky hour. We're going to be weaving in and out of The Walking Dead. And Gypsy does watch The Walking Dead, but he doesn't know all of the very intricate details about the show like we do. So my plan is for after spending 1 hour live, with him and his brother tomorrow, I want them both to gain so much knowledge on The Walking Dead that they are never going to miss another episode again. And whatever episodes they have not seen, they are going to go on a full binge bender to get caught up. So I'm asking for your guys' help tomorrow to, I asked him to monitor the chats on YouTube and Instagram. So it's going to be a fun hour. I want you guys to just fill them with information, details, stuff that you think they should know. He's going to be asking questions, and we're all together, all of our viewers. We are going to make die-hard Walking Dead fans out of all of them. So that's our mission tomorrow, okay? And we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to be cracking a lot of jokes, and I just can't wait. Moises has joined us. Savannah has joined us on Instagram. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow, 9:30 as always. Marko mentioned last night that it was the 10-year anniversary for the little girl that we saw in the series premiere. Remember the little girl with the pink robe? When Rick was having that hallucination sequence. I thought our viewer Summer would find it interesting that character's name is also Summer. So Saz calls her Teddy Bear Girl, but she does have a name, Saz. And Summer, you might appreciate this. Her name is Summer. So I thought you would find that interesting. Carolyn has joined us. Olivia has joined us on Instagram. Nick has joined us on Instagram. So, Summer, there you have it. Your namesake was the first walker we ever saw on The Walking Dead. And now all we have to do is be on the lookout for autumn, winter, and spring. Oh, man. So, I had another aha moment today. I don't know if you guys have any idea who Brighton Charbonneau is. Brighton Charbonneau is the girl who played Lizzie on The Walking Dead. Lizzie who killed her sister. Look at the flowers, Lizzie, the one that Carol had to put down. And now I've known Brighton from social media. She's a big social media personality. And I follow her, and, she's very nice. But you know what? It wasn't until today that I realized and read that that's Lizzie. And I'm like, holy shit. I never put the two together. And Brighton Charbonneau, if you guys don't know her, I have her picture. I'll bring it up here in a second. But Brighton Charbonneau, she's an actress, obviously, and she's a big social media star as well. Let me bring up her picture so you guys can see her. We'll get that to a second, but here is Brighton. That's Lizzie. This is one of her most recent pictures on Instagram. So that's Lizzie, from The Walking Dead. Little psycho girl Lizzie who killed her sister Mika. And I never put it together that Brighton Charbonneau was the one who played Lizzie. So Savannah TWD Lover says, wow. I don't know how many of you guys knew of Brighton. I've known her I don't know her. I know her social media, follow her profile and so on for a couple of months now. But I never put the two together that this was Lizzie from The Walking Dead. So, the first thing I did today is I messaged her. Now, I'm pretty sure she's not going to want to be on our show, but I'm like, Brighton, I run this live stream, and I would love for you to spare a few minutes for us and either do a phone call or a video chat and just let our viewers know about your experience on The Walking Dead, as well as any other projects that you're currently working on. So there she goes. Kimmy has joined us on Instagram. Philippe has joined us on Instagram. Tony has joined us on Instagram. So Summer writes, my daughter's name is Autumn. How cool is that? I was going to ask you if you had any sisters, autumn, winter, or spring. Those are all 4 beautiful names, and that is so cool that you named your daughter Autumn. So going back to not Bicycle Girl, Teddy Bear Girl, Addie Miller, here is what she looks like today. So that's Addie, and like Marko said yesterday, when he announced yesterday, it was the 10-year anniversary of her filming that famous scene. So this is the first walker we ever saw on The Walking Dead. So Naz Veli is giving us smiley love face. Thank you, Naz. Thank you for joining us. So, that's Addie. That's Teddy Bear Girl. Also goes by her real name her real character's name was Summer. And I think it's very cool. Very cool, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So let's move on. More announcements to make and so on. Little tidbits. I love this part of the show. I love the tidbits part. It's one of my favorite. Now, we all remember Gareth, right? Gareth, Terminus, Cannibal, bad guy. He was played by Andrew J. West. That's the actor who played Gareth. He revealed in an interview that he really doubted the scenes that they were filming in that season 5 premiere at Terminus. He was really doubting that they were going to actually make it to TV. How gruesome they were. And Sazchick writes, Addie came back in season 8. Which character did she play? I did not know that, Saz. Saz writes that Addie, the actress that played Summer, the first walker that we saw in The Walking Dead, appeared in season 8. So let us know which episode and which character she was. So, Follow has joined us. Hello, Follow, on Instagram. So anyway, going back to Gareth, who was played by Andrew West, when they were filming it, he turned to Greg Nicotero and he asked him, how much of this stuff is actually going to make its way to the TV screen? And, Greg said, I don't know, but we're going to film it. We're going to put it out there and we're going to see what they allow. And to his surprise, let me read you guys the article. I have the article, a little snippet of it at least, that I want to read you guys. Okay, so here's what he says. It blurred all these lines, and suddenly you were like, what is okay in this world? What is not okay? How do you calibrate any sort of moral compass? Wes told Skybound's Talk Dead to Me podcast. And it really sort of played with the idea of heroes and villains, and it complicated things. And that was so cool about that arc and the show in general. That was gruesome, he added. That was a gruesome episode. Gareth earlier supervised the murder of stray survivor Sam, Robin Lord Taylor, who was bludgeoned with a baseball bat before having his throat slit by a Terminus butcher in No Sanctuary. I remember shooting that trough scene in the beginning of the premiere of season 5, where my henchmen are going across and cutting the guys' throats. Greg Nicotero was directing that episode, and I remember going up to him and saying, "Is this going to air? How much of this are we going to see?" Wes said, and he's like, "I don't know. We're going to try and get as much as we can." I remember thinking, there's no way AMC is going to show all of this. And they did. They really did. They did not cut out any scenes. Saz writes, she was a walker in the season 8 premiere when Rick was at the gas station. I did not know that, Saz. That's some good information. So Walker Addie in the season premiere was also a walker in the season 8 premiere. That is pretty cool. And I thought this article was pretty cool on even the actors, and Greg Nicotero himself did not know how much AMC was going to air from that very gruesome episode. And like I've told you guys in the past, I've been watching horror movies since I was 5. Not a whole bunch of stuff shocks me as far as gore goes, but that episode was really hard to watch. It was very hard to watch. It made me turn away, and but it was so good. So it just shows you how much freedom cable TV has been allowed as the years have progressed. So that was an interesting little tidbit there. Very interesting little tidbit. The phone lines are open, guys. Let me bring it up here so I can monitor you guys. Anyone that wants to call in and talk to me, talk to our viewers, ask a question, make a comment, theories, opinions, they're all welcome. If you're inside the U.S., call us at 718-509-9270. If you're outside the United States, please use Skype. Search for our name, which is Walking Dead Now, and add us to your favorites, and it's a free Skype to Skype call if you're international outside the U.S. And like I mentioned earlier, for all the information about our show here, please visit our official website at deadtalklive.com. It has all the info, all our links, social media links, contact information, the latest live episode, which is this one going on right now, as well as the most recent 4 episodes as well, and a whole bunch of cool info. So please visit that site if you want to refer a friend, another Walking Dead fan. Just have them go to deadtalklive.com. So yeah, the phone lines are open. Feel free to call in at any time. Just in case I don't miss a call, I'm going to pin this window up here so it always stays on top, because we have had some callers that I didn't have the window open that I've missed, and I don't want that to happen again. So CC Wheezy has joined us, Gerson has joined us, Daniel has joined us on Instagram, Darth has joined us on Instagram. Hello, Alice Hornstra. How you doing, Alice? We haven't seen you in a little while. Thank you for joining us. I Am Just Izzy has joined us. Omar has joined us. Ash has joined us. Monster64 has joined us. We are pumping tonight on Instagram. So, another cool thing that I read today was Walking Dead comic book characters that are still alive on the show who should be dead according to the comics. And it was a very interesting list that I want to read off to you guys. Little Princess writes, Chandler Riggs now streaming on Twitch. That's awesome. We need to get Chandler Riggs streaming on Dead Talk Live. Penny for Chandler has joined us. So let me read off to you guys comic book characters that basically are dead in where we are right now on the TV show that are already dead in the comics, okay? And the first one on the list is Carol, okay? Carol is the first one on the list. She's only one of two characters, the other being Daryl, who has lasted through all of the 10 seasons. In the show, Carol has overcome her early hardships. The comic character, however, did not have the same resilience. Living in a world populated by zombies and dealing with feelings of loneliness and rejection drove Carol to commit suicide in the comics via zombie bite. This happened back when they still lived in the prison. So we are very grateful that Carol is still alive and with us. She's one of the big reasons why The Walking Dead is so great, and we love the character arc that she has taken. But I know we've had some people that have said that they wished, well, actually one person who has said that they wished the show followed exactly to the comics. And I sort of refuted that, saying if they did that, first of all, there would be no surprises, and we would not have Carol, we would not have Daryl, and so on. Hey Dan, who says I'm Drake Boar Drake. How you doing, Dan? Thank you for joining us. Panda King 1097 has joined us on Instagram. So the second one, who should be dead on the show, is Judith. Laurie and baby Judith were shot to death when the governor and his men attacked the prison in the comics. This was one of the comics' most disturbing deaths, but it never happened in the series. Laurie died during childbirth, but Judith lived through the conflict at the prison, thanks to the efforts made by Tyrese. Now Judith, played by Kaylee Fleming, is 10 years old and a resident of Alexandria. And today, if we have time, we're going to be getting to Judith and her life of being born into chaos in the basement of a prison and living and surrounded by death. So when we get to our topic later on, that's going to be it. It's going to be about Judith. The next person is Rosita. Okay, we know Rosita has outlived numerous Walking Dead characters in the comic books, but her story finally came to an end during the fair with Alpha. So in the comic books, Rosita is one of the heads on the Pikes. So I don't know how many of you guys knew that, but Rosita should not be alive in the TV show if they followed the comic books. She would have been one of the heads that was mounted on top of those pikes at the Kingdom Fair. Instead, it was Tara, Enid, Henry, and a whole bunch of other people. And then somebody mentioned it. Dan writes, hey Viz, you work on The Walking Dead or AMC? No, I'm just a fan, Dan. Just a fan. Just like everybody else. The next person is Ezekiel. Like Rosita, Ezekiel was also killed by Alpha at the fair in the comics. So, man, wouldn't it have been something if they did that on the TV show? We got some shocking characters that died in that episode. Like I said, Tara, Enid, Henry, probably Tara. Tara was the longest character that we saw go in that episode. Man, can you imagine if they would have added Rosita and Ezekiel as well? Oh my god damn. I can't even imagine that. Dan writes, oh, I like your lives and Instagram, bro. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. You know, our viewership is growing every day. So yeah, that would have been really whacked out if we had both Rosita and Ezekiel being decapitated in that fair as well. by, the crazy alpha. Tiffany has joined us on Instagram. Maria has joined us on Instagram. Sylvia has joined us on Instagram. Nash has joined us on Instagram. We have a lot of people coming in today. Thank you guys for joining us. We hope you can stay with us for a little while. So the next person that should be dead on the TV show that is dead in the comics is Luke, played by Dan Fogler, along with Connie, Kelly, Magna, and Yumiko, joined The Walking Dead after the 6-year time skip in season 9. He's been active on the show throughout the conflict with the Whisperers and was placed in mortal danger in the penultimate episode of season 10 when he and Alden found themselves surrounded by the Whisperers. In the comics, though, Luke never lived long enough to be an important character. He was slain by Alpha and the Whisperers again during the fair. CC Weezy writes, where is Connie? I don't know where Connie is. We don't know. But I am really confident that she is alive. We're going to see her again. She's alive. When? I have no idea. Sazia says hopefully we'll see her in the finale. And if we don't see her in the finale, she will definitely be coming back some point in season 11. Leah writes, will Rick appear in the movies? Well, the movies are all about Rick, Leah. Yeah, the movies are all about Rick. So yeah, he'll be the star. He's going to be the star of all 3 movies. The Rick Grimes movies. So next person that should be dead is Gabriel. Now, Gabriel, I know this, before even reading this. Gabriel dies in the comic books on top of the water tower, which is basically the last episode we saw, but instead of a water tower, it's the hospital. He caught sight of a Whisperer, army descending on the community. Gabriel hurried down the ladder, but broke his leg and got himself stuck. Trapped and helpless, Gabriel was killed by Beta. So the TV show managed to steer clear of this simply by putting Aaron and Alden in the tower in Gabriel's place. Now the tower where Alden was and Aaron, that was just a windmill at Alexandria. So unless a tragedy occurs in the season 10 finale when Beta and his army marches to Alexandria, Gabriel may survive the Whisperer War, which I disagree with. I think we are going to lose Gabriel in this season finale. I really do. I really think we're going to lose Father Gabriel. And I've mentioned this before, and I think he's going to be one of the people we're definitely going to lose. Lisa has joined us on Instagram. Suzario has joined us on Instagram. Dan writes, hey Viz, do you know when they're going to release season 10 on Netflix? Normally they release it just before the new season airs. So unfortunately, season 10 Netflix, not till at the earliest spring of 2021 is my guess. So that sucks, especially for the people who just rely on Netflix to watch the show. It does suck, but that's how they've always done it so far. So who knows, maybe with all the craziness going on, they'll do it a little differently this year. Who knows? Kimmy writes, maybe Rosita won't survive. I hope not. I like Rosita. Piper6166 has joined us on Instagram. Marcos has joined us on Instagram. Thank you guys for joining us. Let's go over to YouTube and see what's going on there. Summer, how do you know Carol wanted a threesome with Rick and Lori? I don't remember that. I might have blocked that out from my memory, but I don't remember that. Saz writes, I love Ezekiel. Summer agrees, I love Ezekiel too, but we're about to lose him as well. He may not make it through the finale. Saz writes, I want to see that death pan out on the show, but not sure if I want it to be Gabriel. Yeah. Oh, Summer writes it's in the comics. Good. I'm glad they kept that, Carol wanting a threesome out of the show. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You just, yeah, I got a bad mental picture there. So, uh, Batter has joined us on Instagram. Thank you for joining us. Sylvia is laughing out loud. CC Weezy is laughing out loud on Instagram. Sandra is writing, are we going to have a season 11? Yes. Yes, absolutely 100%. We are going to have a season 11. We are more than probably going to have a season 12. Beyond 12, I don't know, but yeah. Definitely an 11, maybe, probably a 12 too. And then we'll see how it goes from there. Trust God 73 writes, hey Viz, we all should start a Walking Dead watch group virtually when the season comes back. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Kimmy writes, no, Carol, not Carol. I don't think she's even liked Lori much. Yeah. Fabio Gabriel 7 has joined us on Instagram. Sandra's given me the big thumbs up. Right back at you, Sandra. J-Mam has joined us on Instagram. Summer writes on YouTube, she wanted to marry Rick and Lori, and then when they turned her down, she slept with Herschel's 17-year-old son. Damn. Carol was really different in the comic books. I could see why she didn't last through the whole prison thing. I'm glad they went a whole different direction with her on the TV show. So let's continue on. Beta dies at the end of the Whisper War in the comics. I don't know why they even added him to this list. He is going to die at the end of the Whisperer War. When we see this finale, you could bet on that. The only thing we don't know is who's going to whack him. Who's going to be the one to kill Beta? That we don't know. I have no idea. So, anyway, that's the list of characters that are dead, where we are, in the comics, that have survived in the TV show. At least survived further than they did in the comics on the TV show. So Kimmy writes, me too, I don't read the comics, trust God. Writes, I hope Carol kills him. Carol got Alpha. That's who she really wanted. You know what I mean? CC Weezy writes, Daryl and Aaron kill Beta. Yeah, in the comics, Aaron takes out Beta in the comics. Is Aaron going to do it in the show? I don't know. Is it going to be Daryl? I don't know. We'll see. I have no idea. No idea who's going to take out Beta. Summer goes on to write, what if they lock Beta up like they did Negan? No. Negan wasn't crazy. Some may argue with me on that one, but Beta is just flat out nuts. Remember, Alpha found him in a psychiatric hospital. He was holed up in a psychiatric hospital since the apocalypse, until Alpha found him with Lydia. And she's the one that, took advantage of him and brought him out into the world to do her bidding, or at least help her do her bidding. CC Weezy, yep, Daryl and Alpha. Sylvia writes, I hope Daryl gets him too. I think Daryl would be appropriate. Daryl threw him down an elevator shaft, but yet that he still managed to survive that. Trust God 73 writes, yeah, she did, but I wanted her to get Beta too. All right. Saz writes, hey, he's just grieving at the moment, so you never know. Yeah. Summer writes, Beta must have cracked before. Oh, yeah, Summer. He was in a, I don't know if you guys noticed when we do that flashback and we get to see how Alpha met Beta, that was a psychiatric hospital. I don't know how many of you guys noticed that or not, but yeah, that was a psychiatric hospital where Beta was holed up in. So they were telling us right there that he had a breakdown of some sorts before the apocalypse. We know that he was this big country music star. And when the whole world went to shit, he was admitted in that hospital. So That we do know of, from the flashbacks and so on. Trust God writes, yes, she did, but I want her. Oh, sorry, I already read that. I apologize. So let's talk about Judith tonight. We're going to talk about Judith. And basically, like I titled this show, Judith Grimes from being born into chaos and surrounded by death. She got born on the floor of in the basement of a prison. Her mother died at childbirth. Her brother had to put Lori down. But she was always surrounded by love. Judith was always surrounded by love. Even though Rick was running the group, and a lot of the times, he wasn't there with her all the time. Whether it was anyone in the group, Carol, Daryl, she grew up with all of them. And they loved her very much. And I love the fascinating look that we're getting into Judith right now, especially the last several episodes that we saw. When Earl rescued the kids from Hilltop. I believe that was his name, Earl. He rescued the kids from Hilltop. Even though Daryl and Ezekiel had a pact that one of them would do it. Ezekiel got, I think part of the wall of Hilltop fell on him. So Earl took the kids, but he was bit. And just before, he knew he was going to die in turn, he tries to take himself out. Unsuccessfully, but he does. And he has a little talk with Judith. And he tells her, you're going to need to save these kids. Even though she's a kid herself. She's the one who's going to have to step up and keep those kids safe until help arrives. And Earl tried to take himself out. He didn't want Judith to have to do it. He was unsuccessful. Judith walked in on him. That's when he had already turned. And then the scene cuts. We don't actually see Judith put him down. But what we do see is when Daryl and the rest of them arrive and they find the kids holed up in that shack, Judith is just sitting by the wall. And we forget a lot of times that she's just a 10-year-old girl. She was born into this world. She doesn't know what the world was like before the dead were roaming the earth, when death was all around. But even though she's still just a 10-year-old girl. Now, she is a little kick-ass, like Daryl named her. At birth, she is a kick-ass. She's got, she is Shane's biological daughter. She was raised by Rick. She was raised, like I said, by Michonne and everyone else in the group. She was trained by Michonne. That was definitely a given after Rick left the show. You can, just by her skills, we know that Michonne spent a lot of time training Judith into doing and just having all those kick-ass fighter skills that she has. Saz writes, that was hard to watch, bless her. Yep. So let's see. Kimmy writes, do you do conventions? No. I love going to conventions, but no. You guys got to remember, this is only our 45th episode. So, and we do it every day. So this show has only been live streaming for 45 days. And in those 45 days, the amount of growth that we have had is phenomenal. I remember the first episode, I was so nervous. I did it like at 2:30 in the morning. Which doesn't matter because, on the internet, someone's always awake. But I did it at 2:30 in the morning. I was just nervous. And it wasn't until very recently this live stream was just audio, and I would show slides, pictures. And it's been maybe 2 weeks now that I've switched over to a video of me broadcasting. So every day this show is still evolving. I'm adding more stuff. I'm adding more technology. We have had Michael Cudlitz, who played Abraham, on our show. We have more exciting guests lined up to come. This week, we're getting a savior, Matt Vallad, this week. Tomorrow, we're having Gypsy join us. I'm working on getting us a lot more guests on this show. So every day, this show is never going to stop evolving. There is never going to come a time or a point where I'm going to just sit back and say, okay, this show is exactly the way I want it. I can just kick back and relax now. No. This show is always going to constantly be evolving. You guys, I know I say this over and over, but it's the truth. You guys are the stars of this show. It would be nothing without your conversations. And I love talking to you guys and repeating what you guys chat on the air. I'd love to get phone calls. So, keep them coming. Start calling me. Let's talk. Let's talk on the air. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. I want to hear your guys' opinion through the chats, through phone calls. Anyone that has messaged me, if you could find one person out there who has sent me a message that I have not responded to, please step up, because I respond to everybody. Unless you send me a message where you're trying to fish my password. So unless you're not trying to fish my password or anything like that, I have responded to everyone. Every time I get those Instagram message requests, I always accept them. Twitter, Facebook, emails. I always respond to you guys. I love you guys, and I want more. I want more of you guys to contact me. On the show, off the show. I want to hear what your thoughts are. How do we make this show better? What do you guys want to see to make this show better? That's what I want. That's what my goal is. Trust God goes on to write, don't forget, Judith is Shane's daughter. Absolutely. Kimmy says, I'll try to private message you. Don't try, do it. I'll definitely respond. King17672 is giving me a thumbs up. Back at you, King. How you doing? Let's see. Kimmy writes, I should go to where? Sandra Carroll writes, is Daryl going to die? No. Because Judith seems very close to him. Maybe she will have to kill Daryl if he's beaten. Daryl is not going to die. Daryl is not going to leave this show. Daryl has been on since the beginning, and he's going to be there till the end. Norman Reedus doesn't want to leave the show. They're not going to write him off. It'd be suicide for the show, and they know this, to write off Daryl. He is the most popular character on the show. He's not going anywhere. Daryl is not going to be killed, so don't even worry about that. Kimmy writes, Sonoy, Georgia. I would love to go down to Georgia. It's, it's probably an 8-hour drive, maybe 8, 9, 10 hour. No, it's not that long. Maybe 8-hour drive from where I am. I'd love to go, but I'm not going without an invitation, because if I just go without an invitation, I'm not going to see anything. I want to spend a day on the set and watch them film. I would love to spend a day on the Walking Dead set and just be in the background and just watch them do their thing. I would absolutely love that. Summer writes, Saz says his friend was bitten, that drove him to insanity. Summer writes, yes, Saz, if my best friend was bitten, I would be sad too. And Saz goes, definitely, Summer. Saz writes, that is a dream, Kimmy. You might get sorry, Kimmy. Kimmy writes, I might get a Savior or Alexandrian. And Saz writes, I'll be cool. Nacho, saludar, Nacho. How you doing? Kimmy goes on to say, female. She's been on since season 8, I think. Sandra Carol writes, are going to do live shows at different times. In London, it's 3 a.m. I would love it if you're doing it in the afternoon. That's what sucks, Sandra. We have viewers all around the world. There's never going to be a perfect time for everyone. And that really sucks. So I picked this time of 9:30 in the evening, East Coast, United States time. That covers all of North and South America. It covers East Asia. But Europe, unless you guys are up late in Western Europe, it's probably on too late for you. But we do have a lot of people from the UK that watch us. Saz is from the UK. Toby, who's not with us tonight, is from the UK. We have people from France, Germany, Spain, Portugal. Once you get further east than that, then it's way too late. So, Sandra, it'd be great to get a time where you can satisfy everybody live. It's just impossible. So, but all the shows, if you do miss it live, all the shows are archived on YouTube forever. Condon AJ writes, hi. Hey, Condon, thank you for joining us. Little Princess 0525 writes, what do you think will happen in the season finale? What I think is going to happen in the season finale, obviously, Beta's going to die. The communities are going to defeat the Whisperers. We brought up this topic a couple of nights ago about whether any surviving Whisperers, what do you do with them? And we all sort of came to an agreement. We would have them rebuild Hilltop for destroying it and burning it to the ground, and have them earn their way into the communities for those that are not too far gone mentally. So Beta dying, the surviving Whisperers, I think we're going to lose Father Gabriel. I'm really positive. Not positive. I'm fairly certain, this is my opinion, that we're going to lose Father Gabriel in the finale. I think it's going to be a kick-ass, epic finale. I think it's probably going to be one of the best episodes we've ever seen on The Walking Dead. Maybe in the top 5 or 10 best episodes that we have seen. As far as that, we know Maggie's coming back. Now, whether Maggie's just going to be in the final few minutes, or that scene that we see in the trailer of her reading that letter is the very beginning of the episode, I don't know. We're going to get to meet Commonwealth characters. I believe that masked ninja person is someone from the Commonwealth. I believe Maggie, all the years that she's been roaming the countryside with Georgie, she has already come across the Commonwealth. I think she gets that letter and she sends help back in the form of that masked ninja person, is part of the help that's from the Commonwealth. He's not a character that we've met before. A lot of people have been guessing it's this person or that. It's going to be someone entirely new from the Commonwealth. I'm curious to find out who's holding Aaron up at gunpoint that he recognizes. Just so many questions that I have, I think it's going to be an epic finale. But beyond what I just shared, I'm just looking forward to it. And I think it's going to be announced soon. I think we're going to see it. I'm hoping we're going to see it no later than the end of July, Scuffed Harvey J has joined us. First time here. How does it go? Hey, Scuffed, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining our show, Harvey. We hope you could stay. We only have less than 9 minutes on today's show, but we're on every day at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And we welcome you into our live stream. Condon writes, when is the season I think you mean the finale coming? I don't know exactly. Trust God goes on the right. It is time for Gabriel to go. Yeah, I think so. Harvey writes, thanks for the warm welcomes. I appreciate it. I'll make sure to check back in. Absolutely, Harvey. Absolutely. You know, we're here every night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and we're sort of, all like a big family in here. So thank you for joining us. And I do agree with you, Trust God. We have seen Gabriel's character from that weasel yelling for help on top of a rock to betraying Rick and the group in Alexandria. And then, of course, we all know what he did to his parishioners. He left them locked out of the church while they were dying outside. And then he betrayed Rick to Deanna, to him becoming that solid person that we know today. So his character has definitely been on a roller coaster ride. And it's sad, but I think his ride might be coming to an end. And I really feel bad for Rosita. She lost Sadiq, Coco's father. Now I think she's going to lose Father Gabriel. As far as Rosita goes, I hope they keep her. I really hope she doesn't die. I want Rosita to have... She's always been like a supporting character on these storylines. I want there to be a Walking Dead storyline where we see like Rosita as the main focus of that storyline. She's been on the show since season 4. I mean, she's been on this show for 6 years. Doesn't seem that long, but yeah. We met her the same time we met Abraham, Michael Cudlitz. So I don't want to see her go. I love Rosita, and I hope she gets a good storyline. Harvey writes, she's an og at this point. Summer writes, Saz, right? It was like he vanished into thin air. It would be cool if Heath was holding the gun on Aaron and saved them. I think it would be cool too, Summer, but I don't think it might be Heath. I don't think so. I think we're gonna see Heath again in the movies. I think he is with the CRM, and we're gonna see him in the movies. Sarah from Twitter is joining us. Hello, Sarah. Sarah loves Negan. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4 hearts and googly eyes for Negan. Thank you for joining us, Sarah. Trust God writes exactly. XOX writes, I'm only on season 7. No. Oh, XOX. Are we spoiling it for you? I'm sorry. Yeah. There are spoilers in here. I apologize for that. It's kind of hard not to do a Walking Dead show, because how do you do a Walking Dead show and know you can only do up to a certain season? That wouldn't be very fun. So anyone that comes in here, please be aware that, we talk about the show up until the very latest episode. Scuffed Harvey J writes, OG meaning original. Yep, I knew what you meant. He said in his previous comment, she's an original at this point. Yes, she is. Michelle the Zarafa, how you doing? Thank you for joining us on Instagram. Trippy, do you know when the next episode is supposed to come out? I'm going crazy. We all are, Trippy. We don't know. Like I said a few moments ago, I'm hoping before the end of July. I'm really hoping before the end of July. But it's going to come. I mentioned also a few episodes ago that I really do believe that they're done with the filming. Sorry, let me rephrase that. We know they're done with the filming. It was just down to video effects. I really believe they're done with the video effects. That's what was holding it up. And now it's just a scheduling issue. It's a scheduling issue between the show and AMC. AMC is going to give us at least a 2-week notice on when this thing is going to air, and they're going to market the crap out of it because it's been so much time that it is sort of going to be this finale is really going to be like a season in itself. It's going to be like a little Walking Dead movie in the middle of summer. So as far as when, though, I just don't know. I don't even think the cast knows. If I were to take a guess, I don't think the cast knows. Maybe the head bosses like Greg Nicotero, Gail Ann Hurd, I'm pretty sure they probably know. But as far as the cast goes, I don't think they even know when the finale is going to air. Michelle writes, I can't wait to see the reaction when Rick Grimes comes back. Well, he's supposedly not coming back to the TV show. Rick Grimes is going to be exclusively in the movies. According to Scott Gimple, right after Rick left in his interview, he said that was the end for Rick Grimes on the Walking Dead TV show. Rick Grimes is doing 3 Walking Dead movies, but his time on the TV show has come to an end. Now, I think that's subject to change. We don't know. Let's see how the movies go. Scuffed Harvey J writes, and so is Michonne now. Summer writes, yeah, I heard the actor had another gig, but what could be better than The Walking Dead? Laughing out loud. Exactly. What would be better than acting on The Walking Dead? Sandra Carroll writes, Sandra writes, I don't think Rick is coming back. Yeah. Sandra, I agree. Rick is not coming back to the TV show. Andrew Lincoln, who plays Rick, he did 9 years on the show, traveling back and forth from the UK. We've had all the actors. Michael Cudlitz, who plays Abraham, has said right here on this show, it is a grueling schedule, filming in the middle of summer under the Georgia sun. It's just grueling, and they're out there all day and well into the night. EXO, have a great night. I'm going to go because I'm going to spoil it for myself. It's all right, EXO. We're done. We're out of time for tonight's episode anyway. Thank you for joining us, EXO. Thank you, Zambika. Thank you, Sandra. I want to say a special thank you to Saz for handling the text chats tonight. Saz, you were amazing as always. I want to thank all the viewers who tuned in tonight. Please follow us on our YouTube channel, which is called Walking Dead Now. You can find all of our links right up there on that website, deadtalklive.com. Contact us, email us any way you want, through any social platform, through email, WhatsApp. All our info is on that website, Dead Talk Live. I want to talk to all you guys. Thank you so much. You're all amazing. I look forward every night to this hour, and we do it every night, and I will see you guys all again tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and until then, guys, stay walking.